Now, first of all, before the video starts, I would like to apologize for not releasing this video earlier. I've been going through a few times of not knowing what I want to be uploading to my channel or what to stream really, and I've been trying to sort myself out as of late, tried to make a schedule and everything to make everything kind of work smoothly, and hopefully I can see some, I guess, in progress and improvement on my streaming and on YouTube. So I apologize for this. So this is why this video is late, and I will be producing more content in the future, guys. So today we're going to be looking at the Crew 2 and the new 2 DLC cars that were released last week. These were out for the Gold Edition, and I think by the time I'm making this video, they are now out for everyone to get. Gold Edition players can get them via just having the pass, and they'll automatically get put in the garage, and the players that don't have the Gold Pass will have to buy them from the stores once they are released. So the first car here is the Expo, and the Expo is a car that it's not really going to change much on the leaderboards or the fastest times or anything. The car is just a good looking car. The car mostly refers to a car. It's meant to be able to get really fast speeds with not much horsepower at all. It's a really light car, and it's made out of carbon fiber. The design is pretty sleek as well. Looks pretty much like a car. Nothing you'd seem to want to drive on the street. This car is built for street races though. It's the only spec that it's used for, and I think it is the right spec too. It's not exactly like you're going to use it on a pro, I guess, race, unless, I mean, in my opinion, they should have maybe brought out a pro touring car race sort of thing based around the Expo rather than putting it in its own street race. But that's my opinion anyway. The interior is very carbon fibery as well. Like, the whole interior is just made of very, very light materials, just so the car can keep a lot of speed with its low horsepower. There's a dashboard that says ready to race, which tells you your speed that you're traveling as well. The steering wheel is a tiny steering wheel, and honestly, it feels really nice. It feels very atmospheric inside of the car. When you're driving, you can see the bumping and like the suspension changes as you're driving along, especially when it's changing gears. You can see the car wobble a little bit. It's so cool that you can see all these little details on such a lightweight car. The paint jobs for this car, there are quite a few paint jobs. You have all these official colors right here. You have a really light green, you have it in black, you have it in white, you have it in orange. I think it traditionally comes in orange. You have like this navy green, and I'm not too sure about that one, but you get a lot of choices. In terms of the parts that you can put onto the car, you can change everything in the car. Front bumper, wheels, you can change the spoiler at the back, the back bumper, the skirts, the side mirrors. You can change a lot of things with this car. You can even change the color of the interior inside of the car. So there's a lot of customization that you can do when it comes to this car. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that I feel like this car is a lot better at lower performances than it is at higher performances. As you can see, my car is at max spec, and it feels a lot worse than it is default. And I know people are like, oh, it needs to be speedy and whatever, and you know, but if you make this car like max, when you're turning around corners, you have so much power in your back wheels that you're always sliding out. Unless you know how to control your throttle 100%, or you want to turn on ABS or traction control or anything, you're really going to struggle with this car if you want to max it out. I had a lot of fun just keeping it stock. As you can see in this race right here, you'll see that I start sliding out like a little bit, and it's because of the fact that, like I said, there's too much power in the back wheels. I think it might be able to be tuned out. I'm going to make some separate videos on this for both the Ferrari and the Expo, but honestly, it has too much power in the back wheels. Also, when it's turning as well, at the high speeds, it doesn't seem to turn very well, but at the low speeds, it can turn amazingly. It's an amazing vehicle, low speeds, but you can definitely see it's not built for high speeds. The rating for the Expo, since the Expo is only really a car that you want to use just to look cool, I guess, or maybe it might be one of your favorite cars or something, I'm gonna give the Expo something like a 7 out of 10 for the Crew 2. It's not really useful whatsoever. It doesn't really match the category of street races either, but for some reason they plopped it in there. Like I said, I would really like to have seen like its own race of Expos. Like, they could have easily done this as well, just an extra race somewhere on like a touring track, but they didn't do that either. So next up is the Ferrari FXXK. And with this car, I always call it FXKK or FKX. You know, it's a very confusing name for me for some reason. Anyway, so this is a stylish Ferrari. It's a pro racing, a touring car. It's built for track racing. And honestly, this is hands down one of the prettiest cars in the game. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm sorry, my Porsche Spider. I still love you the best. Don't worry. Yeah, it's not getting replaced whatsoever. So the Ferrari has a stylish look, a very slim, streamlined look, if I'm to call it that. There's not lights at the front. Like, they're very slim. Because it's meant to be a touring car, not really a car meant to be used on the streets. The spoiler at the back it's like two prongs. It doesn't go over, which really confuses me. The spoiler comes out when you start traveling at high speeds, like a lot of the high-end cars these days. It's got a stylish look. It's got a bunch of stripes everywhere, like the Ferrari FXXK logo everywhere as well. You can even see in the interior that the car has FXXK printed all over it. The interior is a carbon fiber look. Once again, you see the Ferrari logo in the middle of the car. The steering wheel is kind of square. I think that's kind of usual for a Ferrari car. I'm not too sure. Please do not quote me on that. I'm pretty sure a lot of Ferrari cars have like a squarish kind of design for a steering wheel. A bunch of buttons on it as well, like you'd expect from like a race car. So the color options for this car, there's a bunch of colors you can choose from, bunch of official manufacturing colors you can choose from reds to whites to blacks to blues to greens, anything you want to choose really. But however, a lot of people say that it's not a Ferrari unless it's red, and you have to keep it red. I was on my live stream at one point and someone told me to make it blue, and then I made it blue, and it actually looked incredibly nice. You can see as I'm scrolling along, like the blue is absolutely fantastic, and everyone's like, why the hell are you spoiling the car? So there's that. Not many tuning options. For tuning, I mean, there's not many visualization options. You can only change the rims of the car and the caliper color. There's nothing else you can do with the car. You can't even change the interior because the whole interior is basically made out of carbon fiber, and you can't repaint carbon fiber. So this car isn't maxed yet. I haven't been able to max touring cars as of yet. It's something I've been working on. But the touring cars, honestly, this one blows all the touring cars out of the way. You know, it just pushes them, it shoves them. It's absolutely insane. I don't know if it's also because of my icon levels, getting the free perks and everything. I don't know if that's making a difference to it, but I can just, for some reason, just absolutely dominate everyone. So back at the start, when it first came out, when I was testing it on its defaults and whatever, the car comes at around 280 perf spec, I think it is. I may or may not be wrong. So it's 280 perf spec-ish, and when you try it, when you go on hard mode, I think the recommendation is 290. And this being a 280 car, this can still just absolutely blow off the socks of the rest of the opponents that you're with. You can just absolutely wreck them all in this car. It's absolutely insanely fast. It handles pretty well. I'm saying pretty well because it has a little bit of oversteering problems, in my opinion. It could be fixed with tuning. Once I said, I'll probably make a video of that in the future. But it absolutely blows away the competition. I think some of the world records have been redone with this car. It can't wall grind, meaning that it's not perfect for these races, but I think there's a few races you can't wall grind on, and it has the world record for that. So this car is absolutely powerful, it's insane, and I think it's a really, really good feature and a really good, I guess, car to put into the Crew 2. And in terms of ratings, I'm going to give this car I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This car definitely deserves to be in the Crew 2. I think it is absolutely perfect to fit in. I was going to say I don't think there was any Ferrari touring cars, but there is. I think there's one high-end touring car that's also a Ferrari, but like I said, this car blows the socks off of every single car that's in the game. And I'm really hoping that the rest of the things that they add into the game is going to match up to the Ferrari FXXK. So that's about it with this video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I do upload videos whenever I can upload videos to the channel, not daily. I'm going to start trying to get the daily grind back going again, see if I can deliver more content to the channel. But apart from that, lads, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Go and check out my Twitch. Link is in the description. If you want to catch me live at any point, you can do. Ciao for now.